All right, welcome everyone to a brand new stream where today we have a mission, a very serious, a very, not very serious mission. Forget about it. It's not serious. It is not important. It is, God, it's funny. Yay! So, if you're wondering about what the hell is going on, well, last week we had a pretty philosophical start of the year with Just Chatting Mondays, where we talked about friendship and when to help people, and God, there's so many things that we talked about. But then people said, which I'm 100% on board with, is like, man, your stream is supposed to be like, philosophical talks and like dick jokes sometimes. We had a lot of these talks. Can we go back to like, the dick jokes and like the funniest? I'm like, yeah, sure, dude. Let's go. But yeah, then like here I am, and I'm like, oh hell yeah, dude. Let's go have some funnies. But you know what's harder? But you know what's harder than anything? It's like if you're not a comedian to just like, come into a room cold, just being like, okay boys, let's go crack some jokes. I have no idea. Like seriously, I feel like I'm only gonna fail that one. So welcome everyone to a brand new stream. I hope you guys are doing okay. I hope your January is going quite alright. As I heard from Big Show, like apparently like y'all have a lot of snow. Big Show said I got to take half a day at work since when I got there I got an email saying we were going to be closed for the day due to the weather. I mean, like, it's great that they're like sending you the email when you're already at work. So you couldn't have just like stayed in bed a little bit longer or stayed at home, but no, you're hearing it at work. But yeah, anyway, so like, hey, half a day off. So I did some little plowing and went home. Hell yeah, dude. I mean, like, let's see, it's supposed to get up to 60 centimeters. Holy fucking shit. Okay, so like one thing which I've discovered is like, apparently like centimeters and American things are like, I have no idea what American things are. So for people that don't know what centimeters are, let me give you an impression. This right here would be 30 centimeters. So I guess 30 centimeters would be about there. So that would be about the amount of snow. Hold on. I'll keep it like this. So it would be about this amount of snow. What the fuck, dude? That's like a whole hell lot. But no, for real, like, dude, like 60 centimeters is still like quite a big length. 30 centimeters is roughly a foot. How y'all notice? Like, seriously, dude, how y'all notice? But like, seriously, like, that is pretty damn big. Like, the most amount of snow, like, I've seen is like 10 centimeters, like this. So about this much. Like, I haven't seen more snow than that. Most of the time you get about that much. So honestly, like, dude, like, it's insane. I kind of want to go to a country sometimes when there's like snow, like that much snow, and just like see it. I think I would be ecstatic and like super excited, like, oh my fucking god, so much snow, like build a snowman, get into a snow fight, all that sort of stuff, and then after a day be bored with it and then like fucking hate it, because I guess that everyone's like after a certain amount of time people probably hate it because it's like it's kind of annoying to deal with. So yeah, Mika, what's up, dude? How's it going, dude? Hey besties, well, Mika, I'm glad you're here. You can perfectly well balance out Villager, who's come in here and like been like, yo, he's hating us. Since when have I given you guys hating vibes? I don't know. I don't feel like I've ever hated on you. I mean, except for like when it's fun to do. So there we go. Let's see. In Canada, we both use metric and imperial. Okay, Big Show, big question for you. Big question as a Canadian. I really want to know. Okay, as you guys like, can you explain this to me? Okay, so we have America, right? And we have Americans live in America, and then we have Canadians, and Canadians live in Canada. Why don't Canadians live in Canada? Because like if Americans live in America, why don't Canadians live in Canada? Or why don't we call them just Canadians? Like, where does the I come from for your sentences? It makes no sense. It makes no sense. I'm always nice. I'm known for that. That's why the entire Michel's attractive conversation began. So, like, that is one where, like, I saw the clip. I was like, holy fucking shit. Why did you end it at, like, the worst possible time? It's like, there was like some, like, Nasa was gonna say something, but, and then like you cut the clip and I was like, I will never know. I guess I will never know what's being said there. Canada's a myth. It's all Greenland. Dude, Greenland and Iceland are like the biggest meme of the century. And everyone's just still adopting it. So yeah. Let's see. So now it's the opposite. I have things to contribute to the last Warframe conversation. Oh, what do you want to talk about Warframe? Tell me. Let's go. If you want to contribute something to the Warframe conversation, I don't know what the Warframe topic was, but sure. Let's see. Cause English. Yeah, cause English. Actually, that's a really good reason, because languages be weird. Actually, one of my favorite activities sometimes is just like trying to like literally translate shit from like Dutch to English, and then like being like, well, does this make sense? It doesn't make sense. It really fucking doesn't make a lot of sense sometimes. Like we have this saying here in Holland, which like I've tried to look up because it's a really good saying. Like it's a really good saying. Like they made an entire song out of it. Actually, the saying comes from the song, and the song is just really good. It's like a guy walking on the beach and like falling in like the sea the entire time, but it's a really inspirational and funny song. However, in English it just doesn't work because it's called "We'll Go On Until We're at the Little Hole." And like I've tried googling that, like "we'll go on until we're at the little hole," and like nothing shows up. And I'm just like, wow, well that's sad. But yeah, like it's a literal translation of it, and it's kind of like, we'll go on to the end. That's kind of like the message. But yeah, it's kind of funny, like how languages can be fucking weird, especially when you like try and literally translate them. Which honestly, like, I wish that Google Translate had kind of just stayed the way it was, because back in the day you could have so much fun just like taking like a phrase, translating it for like a bunch of languages, and then throwing it back to the original language, and it would just come out like nothing like the original thing you put in. It's kind of like, you know, like talking in a circle. That was really fun. It was really fun. Now it's like somewhat good. It's just like, you know, that voice stuff, which like back in the day, like I still don't trust things that I get to speak into, but apparently they can kind of like make out what you're saying now. Why are you comparing America's name to Canada's name? When they come from countries ending with land. America land. Canada land. Dude, that'd be lit if everything would be good. The philosophical Warframe topic. Well, introduce it. Actually, like, I don't know. We talked about it probably last week. My memory doesn't last more than 5 minutes. So last week is a century ago. Let's see, Canada, USA, Mexico. Oh yeah, that's a great abbreviation. I see that. Yeah, in Japanese, all countries end in the same word or sound. A theme deactivated. Even every language ends in the same word or sound. The straight translation from eggnog into French means chicken milk. To be honest, like I've never like I don't know what eggnog even is. It's like apparently it's like something that Americans or like overseas people take with Christmas. I've never seen it. I don't know what it is. But yeah. Shutdown initiated by Mika error 404 contribution not found. What does Mika have to contribute to turn you off? A drink made from a mixture of beaten eggs, cream, and flavorings, often with alcohol. Why'd you want to drink eggs? Why'd you want to drink eggs? Like I have never ever had the like feeling that I wanted to drink an egg. Have you ever had the feeling like you saw an egg and you were like, I want to drink an egg, and then you took an egg and you drank and oh my god, oh no thank you please. Could it just be a holiday protein shake? I mean, you want to have another above like, you know, the 8 protein shakes you drink a day? Because you gotta keep up your protein. Big Shit says, I tried to play a new war, but realized it's I need to play for about 3 weeks straight to get all the things to be able to play the start of the quest. God damn, dude. Like, what are you missing? Railjack? Necromac? Like, Necromac is kind of, like, hard to get. Like, you might be better off buying that from the market, but, like, yeah, like, it's rough, and, like, you're barely gonna use any of your gear. It's like, it's kind of like this set, like they like you know, they were kind of like thinking like, man, you know, we should like combine everything, but then barely have the player use it because they'll be playing other characters. And it's like, yeah, Warframe is literally stealing your lifetime. It is. To be honest, it's like, it's a topic that will never like get bored for me. Like, my contemplation about like free to play games versus pay to play games, and like I remember back like 5-10. God, it's 10 years ago already that I started playing free-to-play games. I was about to say like 2 years ago, maybe 5 years ago at most, but it's like, it's 10 years ago! 10 fucking years ago. I was like, dude, these are like the the revolution of the century. I love it. It's going to be fantastic. Most games are going to be free to play. You can just play them. You don't have to pay a lot of money for it. I don't have a lot of money, so I can play all these games. It's so cool. But honestly, like, I am more and more starting to realize, like, how amazing it is that you can actually pay for a game. And it's going to be, like, respectful with your time. Like, yeah, like, as you'd say, Villager, for being free is full, so you pay with your life. I was halfway through getting my Railjack. Oh, man, that is rough. That is fucking rough. Oh, boy. I actually got Lathos ready to be... Did I build Lathos already? Did I already engage? I'm actually going to go check. I am actually going to go and check whether I have Lathos building right now. I have a new Warframe. I think I'm building him, but I'm not quite sure. So... I guess it is time to check and see if I have it prepared. Because the thing is that I would kind of want to like play like make that have that be done by the time we play the game. I don't know where that's gonna be this week, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Also, I feel I really cannot comprehend that, but time crystals are real. I mean, sure, if you say so. I don't have any evidence on the contrary, but then again, like, if we're gonna work with that, you know, what if, like, it's true unless, like, proven wrong, right? It's like, yeah. A theme activate, they actually are, look it up. I did buy a Necromac, but I don't know how to use it to level it up. Okay. It's some real deep physics shit. The like time crystals, but like how do they work? Are they just crystals of time, or do they like actually allow you to like travel the time and shit? But yeah, I don't know, but yeah, like basically make sure you don't need to level it up at all. I played the entire quest and I played it with a Necromech rank 0 and it didn't bother me at all. Because like the quest is like plain fucking easy, so yeah. Play Windtrace Genshin with me. At some point for sure. At some point for sure. Right now, it's still a bit busy. I'm still catching up with Halo playthroughs, and I'm still very much playing Apex right now. I actually, today, like on Apex, I actually got around to buying the Battle Pass, which sounds far worse than it actually is. I actually got all that currency for free, and I could finally buy the thing so that I could get more currency out of it. It's like basically a thing. If you play for a couple seasons, you get like the premium currency for free, and with that you can buy things which give you more premium currency. It's basically like just an infinite money scheme. But yeah, I finally got into that, which is pretty neat. Windtrace ends in 9 days. What is Windtrace, by the way? Like, is it some sort of event or like a story thing? Well then, I might tackle the quest as I think I have the things now. As long as you have like your Railjack and you have your Necromech, you should be alright. Railjack, you're just gonna like pass around for like some fields. Like you don't really, like for like some space fields, like you don't really need to do anything with it. I didn't really do anything with it. The only thing that I did was like fire myself out of it. And the Necromech, you're just gonna have to like run around while you also have someone else that's like, you know, helping you out. So... basically, like, it won't be it won't be that hard. It really won't be that hard. It's just that, like, it's a pain in the ass that you're kind of gonna need that, which is, like, not really cool if you're, like, if you haven't come back into Warframe yet. And to be honest, like, I don't know, man, I'm not the biggest fan of all these extra things in Warframe, but, yeah. I'm just gonna go and check real quickly whether I have, Tribal coming in with a 34-month, goddamn, dude! How many primes, like, how many, like, months go by? Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, I feel like last stream you came in with the 33, and the stream before you came in with the 32. Maybe I'm streaming, like, maybe that's the case. Maybe I'm just streaming once a month, and that's my problem. But I don't know! Dude, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Indeed, I missed the first Windtrace event, but it returned. In general, it's hide and seek. Oh, I've seen, like, I've seen a meme of that. I've seen a meme of that, where it's, like, in the last fucking second, like, someone just, like, finds everyone. But yeah, you want to know what the number 34 is related to? Your favorite website. Okay, yeah. Took me a while. I had to think back of the greatest Warframe video of all time when Cole actually went out and researched some very important thing of like the Warframe community. Unfortunately, that video is lost. But yeah, I'm just gonna build Lavas right now, because now I have him ready. My live is playing in 2x speed. Dude, I feel like that as well. But like, it's like, time is playing at 2x speed, but I'm not keeping up with the 2x speed, so it's kind of like, you know, yeah. Did I hear you there, Red? You're playing Warframe again? Blaze, no, please, don't. Don't say that to me, because then I feel all guilty and I have to say yes because that's the truth. It's the truth. I am actually, yeah. We don't talk about that. Because I don't want to be confessing the entire time. This stream is like supposed to be fun. Shouldn't be me confessing the entire time. Should it now? Confessing to my mistakes, but yeah. He only plays Apex and Halo, and occasionally, I'll just play a little bit of, you know, Bushans, Sudokus, because those are cool games too. I'm an epic real gamer, man. But yeah, no, I'm picking it up again for some stuff, videos and streams. Not entirely. We're not gonna do like an entire like Warframe thing, but yeah, like honestly, like it is somewhat back, and I talked about that last week. But if you have some questions about it, happy to answer them. Yeah. Since to get the Necromech would have taken forever trying to level up on Deimos. Yeah, that shit sucks, dude. Like the thing which I find with Warframe here, especially what like the trouble that I kind of run into is like how fucking branched this shit is, and it's like it is branched in like all the wrong ways. Like we've already spoken about it. Like back in the day, Warframe used to be like this trail of like you go from the next planet to the next planet to the next planet, and at the end of the planet, it's like all of a sudden you had Uranus, and all of a sudden, oh my god, there's a quest there that took you through the same planets. But now you have these open worlds which are not the same progression. They have like these daily like limits and shit, which are like super annoying. And it's kind of like, why? Especially when these things don't stay contained to itself. Because, like, on the one hand, they want to say, like, okay, this thing is self-contained. It's going to have its own resources, its own, like, gameplay things. It's going to have, like, its own, like, economy. And you cannot really farm anything of it anywhere else. You got to play this. But then when they do, like, you got to play this separately. So like, it's not a part of the main game. And all of a sudden, people finish it and they don't play it anymore because it's not part of the main game. They're like, fuck, dude, it's not part of the main game. Now people don't play. Let's make it part of the quest. It will be part of the main game. People will play. It's like, for fuck's sake, dude. It's like, it's so separate. Like, and then you want to make it a part of the main thing. But like, I came here for the main thing. I didn't come here for your side gig. And like, that's kind of annoying, especially when it comes to like some of like Necromechs you gotta farm like a fucking long amount for, and Railjack. Like, honestly, I didn't like Railjack all that much. I'm not really like into like the whole space flight thing. I know it's a space game, but spaceflight just doesn't really feel like as a shooter to me. I play Warframe more as a shooter, actually. Shooter, ability shooter, legend shooter sort of thing. I like that a lot more about it, rather than just like flying a ship, which is kind of weird. Like, you kind of have a nice linearity to like the Warframe maps, like the original game, that you can just like turn on a podcast, like turn on a stream, just go watch some anime and like play that in the background and just like, woo, you just be going. But now with Railjack, it's like Railjack is kind of weird because you never know where you need to go. Everyone's got like different things to do. If you sit in the Railjack and you just start fighting, like all of a sudden it's like, oh boy, the Railjack is about to die. But then you're like, you run into like this tiny hole, and like you as a character fit through, but the entire fucking Railjack also does. How does that work? I don't know. Don't have a sense of scale in that. It's really, really weird. I don't know. I don't like it. So yeah, it's crazy. Warframe be weird. But yeah. Anyway, I saw this meme where Dialog looks out of his window, sees his lamp moving, and a member of the Sea King running around this wine garden, since one of the areas is Dawn Winery, and you can disguise yourself as a lamp. I nearly have all of the sister's weapons. I still haven't gotten a sister. A Finn? Me neither. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Yeah, I haven't really gotten on that, like, Sisters of Powerfoes or, like, Kuva Lich's grind for, like, all the weapons. Maybe at some point when I'm desperate. But yeah, I mean, like, yeah, for me, it's like, that's something. I still haven't got your parents' house, like, oh my god, Villager, you took that into a way different direction. Oh boy. When Nata was still pronounced Nata. It's pronounced Nata, right? Nata. Nata. Isn't that? Or the Lotus, whatever you want to stick with. Rahab says, stick around the Earth Relay to get an affinity booster, then just farm status bounties. You'll level up in no time. Oh, for the thing. Let's see. And don't let the NPC pilot for your weak ass Railjack maybe. Railjack Snake. What? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. One lip too. Thank you so much for that follow, dude. I appreciate it. Nata. Nata. Nata was the pronunciation with Nata. They stretch EA sound. An EA sound. It's not EA Sports is in the game, ta. Dude, and it actually, like, they started monetizing the Lotus. They started monetizing the bloody... They started monetizing the character that, like... And that, I mean, like, to be honest, like, I'm kind of like, okay, what can I compare that with? It's like, well, it's like if they started to monetize, like, Cortana and Halo. And then I'm like, well, if Halo got the chance, they definitely monetize Cortana and Halo, because she'd probably be the most monetizable character. So, yeah. Now that that's the only thing of Natalia you'll be stretching. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Well, I know some people get real funky about it. Get real funky about the character model. But to be honest, like, I don't really get it, man. Actually, like, this is like half joking and half serious, because today is supposed to be the lighthearted stream. Today's not supposed to be serious, but sometimes it might be a little bit serious. You can't tell. And if you want to know for sure, I'll just play the two truths, one lie game, where I say, like, my name is Michel, I tell you one thing and I tell you the opposite of it, and you make out what's real or not. I don't know. It's a clever trick, which is only clever like the first time, and then you know what the hell is going on. But anyway, like, to be honest, like, the thing which I don't get, like, is like that a lot of people just like get like super freaked out about, like, you know, a character like the Lotus having like a model where like you can see a bit of cleavage, like, oh my god, the big mommy milkers Lotus. I'm gonna go and like play this game and like go capture it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Go capture it a little bit. I'm like, I don't know, it's kind of weird. Like that don't seem like normal to me. I'm like, yo, dude, like, what? Delisa, name is not Michel. Oh, damn. Big Show is seen through it. He's seen through it. But yeah, it's like, I don't know, like, it's the same thing with like sex scenes in movies and stuff. It's like, I don't know, like, I cannot imagine that anyone actually, like, you know, like, is like, for instance, like watching anime, like, you know, you have like one of these bathhouse scenes and someone's just like watching that on their phone and they're just being like, oh boy, excuse me, I'm gonna need to have a minute to myself. I'm like, dude, that's kind of weird. But then like, that's why they make it, to like attract people, and like apparently it works. But then again, like, I find that so weird. It's like, I don't know, like, is that even like a real thing that people do? Then again, like, you know, watch like half of you guys just being like, yeah, that's weird, right? That's weird, right? That's totally not me. Shut it, that's actually me. But yeah, anyone who gets turned on by the tiny amount of tits Lotus shows a horrendously show. I know, right? It's like, I don't get that, dude. I really don't get that. But like, yeah, like the fan servers and like games and things, both of you to assume I deny it, yeah. You're in the other half. It's just like, you know, already forthcoming with it. But yeah, like that's something which I just like find kind of weird, kind of strange. It's like, I know that it's like always this like running gag where it's like, oh man, you know, like, oh, they really buffed that butt of Mesa so that people will, you know, play the game. Like, that is what it sells on. And like, dude, y'all just being like watching your gameplay and being like, oh boy, I'm feeling uncomfortable right now. It's like, dude, it's a fucking game. It's like, there ain't nothing to see, my man. Meanwhile, in DMC Devil May Cry, we see the protag nude in the first cutscene. Oh boy, actually, I've never played any of the Devil May Cry series. I may want to, but I don't know whether I want to do that on stream. That's actually just for the reason that Twitch will probably get me in trouble, like, if I actually play it on stream and, you know, show something which I might not be able... I'm actually glad, I'm super glad that I got out of, like, Cyberpunk, but... that was a journey. That was a journey for sure. Perhaps they enjoyed the tease, their suggestiveness, and also possibly never got the opportunity to experience anything further. Discord stream it. There's probably a stream safe mode. Well, then, like, I gotta make sure that I turn that on, because, like, I turned that on, like, for, like during the Cyberpunk playthrough last year, I actually turned that on, and then, like, I reset my settings at a certain point in time, and then, like, I completely forgot about me resetting my settings. Like, I think I fucked up, like, the controller scheme or anything, so I was like, just reset it, it will be alright, and then, like, I went back in and was just like, we were watching a scene, I was like, oh, luckily I got this censored, and then, like, I had to go to, like, this screen. Then we had to do this as like the playthrough. I just had to sit there like, yeah, there is something happening on screen right now, but I definitely can't show it to you. And I just thought that was like prime, absolute prime, like Let's Play playership. And I was like, I'm so proud of, actually I wasn't proud of that at all. So yeah. Though to be fair, they don't show anything. Okay, then that's okay. But then again, like, do I trust you? Do I trust you in that? It's like, What if your goal is to like get that reaction of like, oh my god, and then you know see the cello tumble down and all that sort of shit. Other than a very suggestive pizza slice. A very suggestive pizza slice. How the hell is a pizza slice suggestive, dude? What? Oh, but Jameski had the tits out on his playthrough, so I don't know. Twitch cares if it's not the focus of the game. I mean, like, to be honest, Twitch is weird though, because like there's also been like times where like Twitch just bans people because they feel like it. So yeah, I can send you a GIF if you want proof. But if I'm ever gonna play it, I'm gonna play it on stream. Then maybe I shouldn't see it beforehand. So like, I'll actually be like, oh my god, that's just a pizza slice, and be like, it would be like a callback to this moment. we'll call this stream, oh my god, that's the suggested pizza slice. We'll call it that. Gotta make the thumbnail, I guess. Oh man, you said worse. Me or Rahab? Saucy pizza dick. Okay. Okay. If you just tuned in and you're wondering why there's saucy pizza dick in the chat, I can't help you on that. I'm struggling as well. Recite, oh great Nepente. I'm just gonna take a drink. I'm just gonna take a drink right here. Hey children, you wanna... Okay, I have no... So how about that weather? Yeah, Big Shot, how about that weather? Hold on, let me just... It's been something, right? It's been like dark sometimes, and then I turned light, and then it turned dark, and I'm like, yo, that seems like a day and night cycle. Like, they actually implemented a day-night cycle into the real world, and I was like, sometimes it rains, and sometimes it does, sometimes it's actually quite the weather. So how's the weather with you? Is it like cold, dry, hot, warm, dark, light, like, is it weather? Yeah, I wish we could go back to eternal night. Actually, you should live in like Norway or something for that, because like that place is like throughout like the entirety of the winter it's like dark, and then like throughout the entirety of the summer it's like light, which is quite an interesting way of going about it. Like, to be honest, like I can't wait. In all seriousness, I can't wait for it to like get lighter again, because like seriously, I am. It's like whenever it's like dark in the morning, like it's really hard to get up and like actually get yourself to do something, because you'll look outside and be like, my god, it's like it's still nighttime. So the all in mind of desire once done. All in mind of desire once on, as it's a simple nature, so we cannot have it. What was this clip again? Actually, like, will I regret opening? I will probably regret opening this again, but like, you know what? We're gonna see this. We're gonna see this, and I'm just gonna go and like regret I've opened this. But let's go take a listen.
Hey kids, hey, would you like to like go and play a game of tag? Would you like go and like to go and play some dodge? Hey kids.
My god. I remember this clip. I am glad I have the context for it. I hope. But yeah, like the context for it, if you're seeing this for the first time, was actually my my very sad realization that like I could never like do fun games anymore, because like a lot of fun games you play as kids, like dodgeball or tag, like when is the last time you played dodgeball or tag? It's like never. And like even if you would want to, like where are you gonna find people to play that with? It's like it's not like you can go up to kids and say shit like,
hey kids, hey, would you like to like go and play a game of tag? Would you like go and like to go and play some dodgeball?
Because that's weird, and people will clip that on stream and bring that back ages and ages. Like every single year they'll just bring that back at the first opportunity they get. So like even if you have your desire to, you know, just like have fun, like play a game, just like play a fun game of dodgeball, or play a fun game of tag, like there's no one around that you can ask. Like everyone that you can ask, which won't be weird, is not interested, and anyone that might be interested to just like play for the fun of it, like it's just weird if you ask them. There are competitive, wait, really? There are competitive dodgeball leagues now for adults? Damn. But I don't want to be like a competitive player, like I feel like they will have figured out all the strats, dude. They'll have figured out the entire, like they'll make sure they have those both, like you'll know like the dodgeballs, like you would have like sometimes you have like these dodgeballs like filled with air, but sometimes you had those foam ones that you used to throw around when you were little kids and they didn't want you to get hurt. Like, you had these foam dodgeballs, and like the best dodgeballs were those where like there was a little hole in the foam, so you could just like grab it and just like fling it really hard, and like that actually make the foam dodgeballs hurt. Let me go read chat before I incriminate my past like kid self for like hurting other children. Oh, Daddy Misha's a naughty boy. I mean, Father Misha has sinned. All right, the pedophile clip. Oh boy, as long as people don't take that serious, I'm alright with it staying up. Misha wants to beat kids confirmed. I actually have beaten kids, the game. I said the game really fast after it, so like it wouldn't be weird. But yeah, like a theme like actually got it for me, like the kids game and the plug and play game was pretty fun. Speaking of children and games, do you want to play with me, Michel, some hide and seek in Genshin, right? I don't have it installed yet, but maybe. But yeah. Let's see, there are other popular clips of Terraria underneath here. Holy fuck. You know what? I'm actually just like... Yeah, I was the one who had beaten the kids before Michel. You've beaten kids before me. Mans have hands rated E for everyone. Damn. Oh boy. I'm glad that like there is no news outlet trying to take things out of context for me, because that'd be troublesome now. That'd be fucking troublesome, but hey, you know, we cool. So like that is one thing, like in all seriousness, I don't know, Blaze, if you're still around, but like yeah, I have decided to go back to Warframe because like there have been many streams where like I've been looking for like to play a game. I have no idea what to play. I mean, like, we're playing Halo 5 tomorrow, which I'm super stoked for, but seriously, like, I don't know really what to do if I'm not playing, like, these story games, and, like, I'm not having 100% fun with the game that I was playing. So, we played a lot of Apex last year, and, like, Apex was really a lot of fun, until it wasn't, which, yes, I've taken that from, like, the stories of, like, Destiny 2. It was really fun, until it wasn't. Also, is Rahab just trying to, like, absolutely frame me? Oh boy, as long as people don't take that serious, I'm alright with it staying up. Misha wants to beat kids confirmed. I actually have beat... God fucking damn it, dude. I was so close to just actually get... I actually have... The cutout time for that is perfect, dude. Misha wants to beat kids confirmed. I actually have beat... God damn. I thought I could get away with this. I actually have, you know, done the thing and then like the game, right? But yeah. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Well, see, this is why I archive the entire streams. If anyone ever wants to like use this as ammunition to cancel me, I'll be like, actually, this could be really smart. This could be really smart. You know what? This is like, you guys are helping me. I will be uncancelable, if that's the word. Because like basically what I'll do, or what I have been doing unconsciously, is like basically I'm saying all this shit which sounds fucking weird and fucked up. But it's like all in like, you know, if you know the concept, like, oh yeah, like I have beaten the game kids. It's like, yeah, like duh, that makes sense. It's like we thought it was this thing, but it actually turned out to be that thing. So whenever someone like comes through, like obviously someone will come across this clip, they'll be like, oh my god, he's horrible. I'll be like, no, look at the context, and they'll be like, oh man, yeah, you're actually quite alright. Like I completely misjudged that. Then the other time it happens, like, oh my god, he's horrible. Then they'll go to the context and like, oh yeah, that's quite alright. So at a certain point in time, people get so used to like seeing something where they're like, oh my god, that's horrible. And it's like, no, there's actually context to it. At a certain point in time, if something happens where like I will get in trouble for it, or like I would get in trouble for it, like everyone will just assume that there's a context to it that makes it alright. Damn, that's smart. That is smart. Maybe I have figured out like how to beat Twitter now, but I'm never ever gonna go back to Twitter again, because Twitter is garbage. Absolutely garbage. Like seriously, oh my god, dude. Like, I have not been on Twitter for a long time, and I don't feel like going back there at all. So yeah. Also, the clip from NASA's stream, the cutoff wasn't intentional, but I suppose it turned out well. The chat stream of the dead. Let's see, the secret tree of mortality, and we the garden, the chat stream of the dead. So like that's why I keep the stream up here, or like the chat up here. So like this will be immortalized. Everything you post here will be online forever. Actually, technically, like, it will be regardless of whether I recorded or not, because basically, like, Twitch actually records, like, every single chat message you put in there, which is kind of crazy. So, Twitter isn't at least worse than Reddit. I mean, there can be, like, fun subreddits, but I haven't seen a fun tweet. Like, I haven't seen a fun tweet in a long time. But, like, then again, like, I haven't been on Twitter for a long time. So, like, to me, like, Twitter was always the place where I'd mess around with friends, you know? You'd go and make, like, a fun, like, Twitter account for, like, an in-joke. And, you know, you'd harass your friends a little bit with that. Be like, oh, hey, you know, who could this Twitter account be from? Like, you'd make Twitter accounts just, like, fuck with people that you knew or that you didn't know. Like, you know, like, you make, like, a Twitter account that would, like, count down from, like, oh, is the war within? Yeah, no, yeah, like, you do that shit. It was kind of, like, funny. It was kind of, like, joking around. And then, like, when I started, like, doing, like, content creation stuff, like, I kind of used it to, you know, trying to reach out and speak with people that were also doing content creation back before I knew what Discord was. And I would use it to tweet about my day, being like, oh, man, I just woke up. And then I realized very quickly that no one actually cares. It's like, it's kind of weird. It's like, yeah. In other words, Michel's ended up seeing Incubus trapping our souls in his stream. Damn. But yeah, like the thing with Twitter is that, like, basically, like, I don't really see the point to it. Because, like, at first I thought, like, oh my god, Twitter is so cool. Because, you know, like, you can speak with everyone. But, like, you can speak with everyone way better on Discord. And if you can't speak with them on Discord, then, like, I guess, like, you would never really have meaningful conversations with them, can you? And then it's kind of like, well, you know, then what's the point of it? Like, people used to do hot takes. It's like, seriously, it's like, if you think, like, your hot takes are going to be interesting, hot take, they're not. Like, seriously, it's like, it's, no, never move on to TikTok. Never fucking move on to TikTok. Get the fuck out of that. Get the fuck out with that. But, like, yeah, it's like, the thing which I found, like, growing up on the internet, it's kind of, like, interesting, is that at the start, like, you think everyone cares about what you think, and, like, what you think is very important, you know? Like, I'll start out, like, you know, you start a Twitter, like, thread, or you start a, what's it called? You start a forum thread, or you post on Reddit, and you're like, oh my god, people are gonna see this, and they're gonna see my wisdom, and they're gonna be convinced, or I'm actually gonna post a question, I'm gonna get meaningful answer, I'm gonna understand, like, open up into a totally new world for me. But then you realize that people actually don't give a shit, really. And, like, that's fine, you know? That's basically how it goes. It's like, when have you ever been like, oh my god, I saw a tweet that changed my life? It's like, it never happens, really. So it's kind of like, why would people be posting, like, time inside, especially, like, when you see people, like, get, like, negative consequences from, like, tweets? It's like, dude, what was, like, if you see what kind of backlash you got, like, how much it's cost you, it's like, what do you get out of that? What do you get out of, like, tweeting that? Like, you got a little, like, ooh, or like, oh, I got him. It's like, I don't know, man. It's weird. It's like, I also remember, like back in the day, like, I felt like what I made on the internet was, like, going to be a lot more important. Not in the sense of, like, importance to me, but more, like, important to the world. It's like, oh man, if I'm going to, like, you know, make this video where I criticize this thing of the game, then, you know, people will see that and they'll be convinced, and then, like, change will happen. It's like, that's never going to happen. Like, fuck that. It's like, people, like, the most that you'll ever get out of action out of people, like, if you want to, like, you know, convince them of something for, like, an essay video, it's like, they'll watch it and be like, yeah, I kind of agree with that, and then they'll move on and forget about it, because it's not a big issue. So, like, a lot of times, it's like, why are you trying to, like, do this shit? It's like, well, like, why are you trying to, like, go out on Twitter, or, like, go on and, like, try and convince people? So I don't get it, man. I don't get it. So, yeah, like, at least for, like, this shit, where it's like, I know right now, that, like, Twitch and YouTube, I just do because I like doing it. And, like, I'll do it in a way where, like, if I think of, like, hey, what would I like to see on these platforms, I'll make that. But I also realize that it's something which, like, I do primarily because I think it's a fun thing to do. It's not because of, like, oh man, I want to be seen by these companies and shit, because fuck that, man. Fuck that. But yeah, implying people on Twitter have the cognitive ability to think that far ahead. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. But yeah, move on to Gilded. I actually have a Gilded account. I'm actually in Joey Ciro's Gilded server, and I think I may have created one of my own. That was around the time when Discord was just like random banning people. So far, like Discord has been alright. Like it's been better than Guilded because we've used Guilded for like some what's it called? We've used Guilded for some like live streams, but yeah, for like Framecast. But like basically, like it wasn't really all that great. It really didn't work out all that well. You have a Guilded server too? I might have, but I haven't logged into Guilded in a long time. Because, like, basically, like, you know, I use Guilded sometimes to, like, go and play, go and do the Framecast when Discord fucked up. But, yeah, like, the service wasn't that great. And right now, like, Discord doesn't seem that bad to me. It's, like, the service is alright. Like, it's pretty decent at what it does. Now, obviously, there are some things which I don't like about it. Like, I'll never get a Discord partnership. First of all, because Discord said fuck you to me, and I hate that. So, like, I have a personal love-hate relationship with Discord. That's 90% of me, but 10% serious. Because, like, I actually, like, build, like, that Warframe partner Discord, and I was like, hey, Discord, I know you're, like, partnering, like, they were literally partnering everyone at the time. So I was like, hey, I have a Discord server here, which is like, pretty much official by, like, this company called Digital Extremes and Warframe. And there's, like, a whole bunch of people in there who already have, like, partner Discord servers, so you want to do something with it? And they're like, no thank you. Then a year later, like, all of a sudden, like, Warframe comes along and is like, hey, we partnered this Discord with Discord, and now you'll get, like, free Discord Nitro. I'm like, well, excuse me, last year we weren't good enough, but y'all did. So, like, yeah, like, they kind of ignored me, man. I have a lot of love-hate relationships, dude. But then again, like, isn't every relationship a love-hate relationship, technically? But yeah, like, anyway, the reason why, like, the serious reason, God, it's really hard to be serious this stream because, like, it's supposed to be lighthearted, so I'm kind of, like, adopting this, like, lighthearted, don't take things too serious mood, and, like, sometimes I want to be saying something serious, I'm like, fuck. Maybe it's not clear that I'm not being serious or I wasn't being serious before. But yeah, like, what I want to say, oh yeah, so, like, the reason I won't get Discord partner, because I think that the Discord partner thing is ridiculous, that you're gonna be responsible for everything said in your Discord. It's like, fuck out of there. It's like, of course, like, you know, Discord will be somewhat moderated, but at the same time, it's like, it doesn't make me money. It's something which, like, people should be allowed to just speak freely in. So if someone says something fucked up, then guess who's responsible for that? The person who said something that was fucked up. Not the person who's hosting, like, some random server that's hosted on your site. It's like, if you want to go with the host, then, like, probably you are the culprit. But I think that that's ridiculous. So, like, yeah, I won't do that. But anyway. Depends. Does hate fucking count? I guess it's kind of like love-hate, isn't it? Man. But yeah. I haven't logged into Guilded for a long time. But, like, it's out there. It looks pretty good. But, like, the quality of, like, the video calls isn't as great. I'll apply for partner. I have a server. If I receive it, then if I receive it, then your point is true. Well, I don't know if they're still, like, giving everyone, like, Discord partnership, especially in the early days of Discord. They were just giving it that left, right, and center to literally everyone. So yeah, the lines get really blurry when you love being hate fucked. I mean, that becomes a love hate love hate love love hate hate love becomes a relationship. And cheers to that. So yeah. love hate 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 love 5 hit. Oh man. So yeah. But yeah, like that's something which I found with, like, older games. Like, actually, like, the thing which I think when it comes to, like, a love-hate relationship, like, I'm kind of gonna take some liberties with the definition now, but I think that a love-hate relationship is actually the most healthy kind of relationship. Because, like, if you have a pure hate relationship with something, then you shouldn't have a relationship with that at all. Like, you should just, like, cut it out of your life, never see it again, and never engage with it, never think about it anymore. However, if you have a love relationship with something, like, nothing is gonna be perfect. Like, I have never encountered something which is perfect, besides me. I have never encountered something which is perfect. So, if I look back at, like, especially the early days when I was, like, fully, like, in love with Warframe sort of thing as, like, my main game. I was like, God, like, there was nothing that game could do wrong for me. I just loved every single bit of it. It's fantastic. It's perfect. And then later on, like, that just set me up to just be utterly disappointed by it. And I think it's much more healthy to just be able to, like, have this balanced view, being like, hey, you know, there's some things that it does well, there's some flaws that it has, and let me recognize that. So, And I think especially when you're like looking at other people around you, I think that's very, very important that you see that, because actually, I've had the most problems with people that like I engaged with, like when they thought that I was like perfect, and then like all of a sudden, like no matter what I did, there was nothing I could do wrong, and all of a sudden it's like, oh shit, now there's everything I can do wrong, because you know, it just kind of like breaks. It kind of like starts to balance too hard. I like the broken, tortured forms of the universe. I hate the broken, tortured imperfections of the universe. Said the two heads. I wouldn't necessarily see that as love-hate, more as a difference between infatuation and love. Yeah, but there's always gonna be things you hate. Like, I mean, like, hate, like, again, like, this is what I'm saying, I'm taking liberties with it, because, you know, I'm just saying, like, keep it balanced. Like, there should be love, and there should be, like, hate. But, like, not just, like, hate is, like, pure hate, but, like, recognize the thing that there are things you like, and they recognize that there are things you dislike. Just as there will be with everything in life. So, yeah. Just like I will probably prefer this song right now. New playlist is coming, but like I just need to sort down for that entire like 8,800 like music playlists from like Monster Cat and figure out like what is good and what's not good for the vibe of the stream. Because a lot of these songs are like really like dubstep and stuff, which is pretty cool, but like not really the vibe that I'm going with. I don't want to be like, yeah. They kind of either I absolutely love or I absolutely hate it. Thinking is the epitome of poor emotional health. Players who hate the Lotus. Players who love the Lotus. Why would players love the Lotus, dude? It's like, I don't get it. I don't get it. Get the bitch out of here. Get the bitch out of here, dude. Seriously. Not my Lotus. Both. Yeah. To be honest, like if she's talking to me in mission, I don't care. But like in the bloody quest is like, I hope we kill her. I hope we kill her, because like also because like there's part of this like Warframe thing where like they so want that community to be like, oh, she back. Like, man, it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird because I've been to like those two conventions, right? And like I've been to those two conventions, and when I was there, it was like fantastic. It was so fun to just be like cheering in the crowd, and then being like I really love the clip at the start, like that new War video where you just see me and my name is Bife just like screaming like it's like we're going insane, and like at the time it was like really fun, but like now like I'll look back at it, I'm like, damn, dude, kind of cringe. It's kind of cringe in some sense, where it's like, you know, we freaking out about the prospect of like something coming into the game which will probably not be as good as we imagine. It's like, we get to play that product again. It's so weird. I miss the tower system. Warframe is so much simpler then. Yes, absolutely. I really miss like the simpler times in Warframe. I wouldn't really mind if they made it more complicated towards the end. Is there a good game where like they get some more complicated? Well, I don't know. I don't really have a good example right now, but like I think it would be great if like, let's say towards the end, like you will have things that expand more at the end of the game. But right now it's kind of like a lot of this, especially with like the Prime Resurgence, the full defend thing. It's like now you have Aya as well. The fuck is that? It's like, why is it not just like you go to towers where there's Prime shit and you get the Prime shit from the Prime towers in the Void, which is the Prime place. There you go. Simple, straightforward. Michel was really desperate to impale her on his big mighty sword. Mindless matter, is it a pure happiness or a form of disgust? A loss in composure and control. A loss in composure and control. Wait, this wasn't supposed to be deep. This was supposed to be lighthearted. So I'm just gonna be like, Aya is literally the silver coins from Destiny. Yeah, but like it's too complicated, man. It's like I gotta think. I shouldn't be thinking about that. I shouldn't be thinking. I should just be farming, dude. The moment I have to get the wiki out, it's like that's already a problem. That's already a problem. That's already a step too far. It takes me out of like, you know, my anime. Oh boy. But yeah. It's like, I don't know, dude. I don't know. Misha don't like reading. Misha wants to smash. Yeah. Well, like the thing is, like, I don't know, dude. I don't know. It's weird because like I used to love, especially when things are complicated in these games and shit. But like nowadays, I don't know. Like I just like to play it as long as I like to play it. And the moment I don't want to play it anymore, like I don't want to be like having to read up. I just want to play the game, not like read up on it. But yeah. That kind of comes down again to like the free-to-play games where it's like they want you to spend all the time like crafting and reading up and figuring things out and all that sort of shit. And I'm kind of like, well, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what's like the best thing, the most amazing thing, the thing that like I'm looking for. Conventions again, dude. Actually, like, God, like I know there's like I don't think TwitchCon Amsterdam is ever gonna happen. By the way, they said they wanted to do it this year, but we got 40,000 cases today, which is like a lot. Couple of weeks back, we had like the 20,000 cases, which is the highest on record. I think 40,000 is the highest on record now. So, yeah, that would be a fair point if the information on Warframe wasn't as shallow as a paddling pool. It is quite shallow, but at the same time, it's like. Okay, so I actually found the perfect word for Warframe, okay? I found the perfect word for Warframe, okay? And if you know about this game, if you know about Warframe, let me know whether, like, you feel this is right or whether you feel like this isn't right, okay? If you don't know about the game, just assume that this word absolutely describes what this game is about, okay? Actually, gotta make sure that I tap that right. There we go. Yeah, perfect. Convoluted. I think Warframe is absolutely perfectly combined with like convoluted. I honestly doubt if TwitchCon would ever happen anyways, to be honest with you. In a normal year, it's going to happen. Because it's happened multiple times. But in this year, I don't think it's going to happen because we have like literally like 40,000 a day now. Which is going to be insane. Right now, I just want games that are short, and I can play in completion to 8 to 12 hours. I like that too. I really like that too. If I can finish in like 1 to 4 streams, that's perfect. But yeah, I really feel like Warframe right now suffers from like being quite convoluted, in the sense of, like, yeah, like it is kind of shallow in the sense of like a lot of builds are the same. A lot of like strategies, how you should gun are the same. There's no strategy you can play because like the enemies aren't really tough. So like it is not really deep in the sense of like, oh man, you can really like get very skilled in this. But at the same time, like they do like the entire thing of like oh yeah, like if you want to acquire the Caliban fragments, you gotta get the thing in the Murex, in the Veil Proxima, fire the Railjack, which you acquire through, like, they can never call something, like, a normal name. They'll give it weird fucking names, and then they'll make it as, like, weird as possible. Like, also the entire thing with, like, the way that then, like, you know, Ballas was supposed to rise to power, and then like Lotus was supposed to be mind control, but like you were supposed to see Fruta, and you were supposed to. It's like they're just trying to make it convoluted as shit, where it's like it's not really deep. Like sometimes you have like stories which are really deep, like they're complex but they're really deep, and it's like, oh man, that's really cool. Or like you'll have things where like in mechanics or something, it's like, oh, this is really complicated, but like this is really well done. So like if you understand it, it works. But like in Warframe, it just feels like a lot of these things are just like convoluted. It's like, oh yeah, if you want to play this quest, you gotta make sure you get your Necromech. But with your Necromech, you gotta go to the oh my god, there's a place for it. The Necropolis or something on Deimos, and then you gotta go to the father tokens, and then you gotta go to the mother tokens, but then you gotta go do the quest, do the folds, whatever they call it. And you gotta do that, but you gotta make sure that you have the right tokens, and you gotta like you gotta go and do the animal hunting, which is not called hunting but called conversation, even though you kill the animals but you don't kill them actually. But then you gotta make sure you catch your daily limits, and then then you can go and get your part. But then you have to like farm these materials you get through mining, but which you haven't given another name yet actually. And then you know you get all these parts and you craft them for 72 hours or whatever long you craft them for, and then you have that. But you gotta equip the Necromech launcher in your gear, because like duh, you can't play a Necromech without Necromech Necromech launcher, because what are you, fucking dumb? Like, you ever thought about playing a Necromech without your launcher? Like, get the fuck out of here. Also, make sure you have an arc gun, which you acquire for playing Arcwing missions, but they don't exist. Get your arc gun, which you have, and then equip that in your Arcwing slot. But make sure you have your Arcwing launcher equipped. But you don't need that, but you may need that. And then make sure you get those mods. But they're not there that you need to have the Arcwing mods. But oh my god, you didn't use like this. It's like, oh, it is like, it's just convolution for convolution's sake. Get the fuck out of here. So yeah, I just go by DBC logic and Warframe sometimes. If we have a session for Japanese grammar, mayhaps I will teach you the Japanese equivalent of like. Oh man, oh man, oh man. We get the point. But that's only for like one part of wanting to play the quest. And then you have the railjack part. And then you have the quest itself, dude. It's like the entire convoluted mess never ends. So yeah. It's I think that is something that the game suffers from, and then that's something which like it perfectly describes that game. So like as long as you play it surface level, it's fun. And then like the problem, like the moment that you want to like start arguing with people which are like super into it, is they're just gonna be like, oh my god, but like all this complex stuff means that this shit is like deep and shit. It's like, no, it's not. It's like, yeah, but it's like really deep, and like you just don't understand it. It's like, I don't need. Then there's the Helmem system. Honestly, can I tell you something? I forgot about that. I legit forgot about that. Like, there is this moment in, like, the new War playthrough where, like, I get super excited that we get to, like, the Infested Room. Because, like, I was like, oh my god, we're finally gonna get a reveal what's in the Infested Room, what this thing is all about. Because, like, I've been waiting since the Nidus quest for that Infested Room to be, like, some amazing, like, plot point for, like, a quest. And then I got in there and I saw this, like, mouth thing in the back. It's like, oh shit. I think they already did that reveal, and the reveal was kind of like this weird fucking meme mouth thing, and you can swap Warframe abilities. Oh, fuck, they already did this. Oh, I got excited over nothing. Like, you can see that, like, the anticipation of, oh my god, we're finally gonna get a reveal, to like, oh shit, they already did some sort of reveal here. Oh boy. Yeah. Okay, the helmet system is really not complicated. If you don't know how to handle all of this by the point you get that, you kind of deserve to be lost. See, now that is spoken like a true Warframe player. Oh boy. Now that Necromech makes sense, since Ballas didn't seem knowledgeable about the Deimos' existence. And you need to be a certain level in Deimos. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. But fuck off. Dude, that's gonna be all over the forums, dude. They're gonna be like, if you can't read, like, if you can't, like, play the Film Proxima Murex missions easy because you haven't gotten your intrinsics command structure up to, like, 6.5, because, you know, if you get it to 5, you're fucked, but you get it to higher, then that's too expensive. You should know that. If you can't do that, then probably you shouldn't play this game at all, because you don't understand. It's so simple, dude. It is so simple. Like, of course, what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your railjack and you're gonna go place it here, you're gonna fight, like... Man, also, why are we talking about this game now? I thought this was supposed to be like, you know, a lighthearted stream. Is this supposed to be like, does this feel like lighthearted? Y'all feel like happy today? Y'all feel like this is like a fun, lighthearted stream and not like, you know, last week? I actually really enjoyed last week, by the way. So, back to Pizza Dicks. Yeah. Let's see. I'm not at work. Of course I'm happy. Yeah. I mean, I get that. And there's snow around it. Like, snow makes the winter cold worth it for me. It's like, if it's cold and there's no snow outside, like, I just, like, it feels like it's, like, there's no worth to it. Like, why am I even suffering? But then when you have, like, this beautiful, beautiful snow outside, it's like, it's nice. You'd have enjoyed Unreal Tournament 2004 back in the day. Like, I have actually never played that. I know, like, a lot of people are like, oh my god, Unreal Tournament. I have no connection to that game. Like, none. Like, I don't know, man. Like, Unreal Tournament 2004, like, I've never, like, really engaged with that at all. And it's, like, it's kind of weird, but, like, basically, I think that was just because it was, like, before my time. So, yeah. It's only -6 degrees, so it's not too bad. Sometimes it's, like, 2 degrees sounds like pretty cold. So yeah, the lore was minimal. It was immediate action. Describe to me the sensation. Wait, no. Any books you're reading? Currently not. Last thing I read was this here, actually. Let me go get it. Want to hear a secret? Sure. I mean, like, it's not really gonna be a secret if you tell on stream, but you know, we can just imagine that no one's watching. So yeah, like this was this is like the latest book I've read because like it was recommended. This already is called Start With No, and it's like a book about like negotiating basically, and like how it's like how to approach negotiation, but like generally also just like how to approach things like more in like a mindset sort of thing. It's really interesting when it comes to like reading a book like this. Like normally I'm not too big into like people that are like, you know, life coaches and shit, like, oh my god, you gotta do it this way, you know, set your mind to it and then everything will be alright. If you can achieve anything. It's like, dude, if your method works and you can achieve anything, right? If your motivation speech and all that like motivational speaker shit works, then like why are you here doing motivational speaker shit, and why are you not like the top human in the world, right? So generally I don't like them, but this book is like actually quite good. And the thing which I find very interesting is that like a lot of this pretty much overlays with like some like psychology stuff I've been going over, where like basically like I think the main points of this book where they're going over is like most negotiation strategies are basically done by like let's do a win-win, right? You know, so like I want this, so like let's say that, hey, you know, I want to buy no, like you want to buy like X amounts of products from me, and I want to sell them at like a high price. So what we're gonna do then is I'm gonna like say like what we're gonna do is we're gonna negotiate in such a way that, you know, hey, you're gonna buy a lot of products from me, and I'm gonna give you a discount, because then, you know, like I win a little bit because like I'll get to sell a lot of products, and you win a little bit because you get the discounted price. That's kind of like win-win, which is like a lot used according to this book. However, let's see, you're older than me. If Unreal Tournament was before your time. After saying that, I'm curious why I did it. Damn, we're in a negative age range. Wait, really? Damn. I mean, like, I was around for 2004, that's for sure. I mean, like, you'll know my age. Like, it's pretty public. But, like, it wasn't around the time that I was playing these games. Like, I was probably 7 at the time. So, I wasn't really playing, like, PC games at that point in time. Definitely not, like, shooters. But, yeah, so the thing which I find interesting about this is that, like, it kind of goes around, like, make sure that you have, like, a good mission and purpose. Make sure that, you know what your goal is. But also, like, start with, like, the most important thing is, like, start with no. Like, make sure that you allow people to say no. And you actually get them to kind of, like, say no. Because, like, if someone said, like, I think we've all had that, like, we've had, like, people, like, try and push us something, and, like, at a certain point in time, you just break, and you're just like, yeah, sure, yes. You know, yeah, sure, you know, do it. And then, like, later on, you're gonna start doubting and be like, man, it actually sucks. And you kind of just, like, you know, end up saying, like, nah, no, thank you, or you don't feel good about it. So, like, for instance, like, let's say, like, someone you don't really like really wants to, like, you to come to, like, a party, or wants to invite you, or they want you to invite them, and then they pester you about it. It's like, oh, okay, sure. And then you go there, or they come to your place, and it's like, you just actually don't really enjoy it. It's like, it just feels bad. It's like, that's a lot of times when people feel like they're forced to say yes and they can't say no. Maybe's never fucking worked. Like, if you've ever, like, tried to schedule shit with people, it's like, oh, do you think you'll be around next week? It's like, they're gonna say, well, maybe. It's like, you know nothing, and, like, most likely they're not gonna show up. But it's like, it's not a real no. But if you're allowed to say, like, no, it's like, no, I don't want that. Then, like, you can actually, like, get over, like, the emotional shit and actually, like, start rationalizing a little bit, and, like, thinking, like, okay, so, like, why do I not want this? And the really interesting thing, which I find, like, fascinating about it, is, like, this book is very much about, like, hey, if you want to negotiate with someone, like, don't, like, try and advertise your product. Don't try and, like, push yourself. Don't try and push your vision. Like, engage in the world of your adversary, basically. Engage with a person, like, sitting over you, and build from them. And that's something which I find, like, very, very interesting. It's like, I've been seeing that a lot more, especially with, like, psychology and stuff, where it's like, if you actually want to speak with someone, like a lot of times, like people don't speak with people, they speak at people. Like you don't get to other people's levels, and it's like it's so interesting because like if you start to realize like how little we actually like, people oftentimes like for instance, like right now, right, like I'm speaking from like my perspective, I'm speaking from like my level of understanding of that book, and like I'm trying to well, what might they like, where might they like understand it, but basically like still it's like it's a really bad approximation where like you may not know like anything about the book, you may have read the book and you may know everything about it, or you may not know nothing about anything that I say at all, you may not even be interested. So if I'm speaking at you and like you like I'm not really trying to place myself in like your point of view into like your understanding of the world, it's not gonna work. And like a lot of times, like I don't know, it's so weird. It's like it's actually so simple. Like it's so effective. Like that if you want to like actually communicate with people and like get to a decision, get things done. Because like a lot of times, like if you are in negotiation, you want the person to like decide on something. Because like if you could make it happen without the other person, then you probably wouldn't be in negotiation because you would just make it happen. So you want them to like do something, but how can you make someone do something? You can't just tell them to do something. Like you will have to like convince them to do something, but like how do you convince them? It's like a lot of people are like, well, just tell them about all the good shit. Like tell them about all the good shit. It's like, well, that's not really gonna work because like, you're gonna tell from your point of view all the good shit. But what if you like transplant yourself into their world? Just listen to them, like, hey, you know, how do you view this? You know, just like try and understand like where are they coming from, and like from that point of view, like build on. Like that's a lot of times also when it comes to like conflicts and just like listening to like it's really interesting. It's really interesting. Like listening is so fucking important, which is so funny, like me saying that, even though like I stream and like literally like none of my stream is listening, since like I'm the one that's like blabbering about and y'all are listening, and then like you'll like put something up in chat, but like even if I'm reading chat, like I'm still reading it out loud, I'm not really listening. Like I'm doing the opposite. But listening is so important, dude. But yeah, it's surreal to think I was already talking when Michel was born. Really, were you? Damn. Personally, I do not enjoy shooters. However, Unreal Tournament 2004 was one that held my attention. Listen to my written text. Let's see. Maybes are problematic as fuck, dude. I hate them. But I hate them less than the thing which is the most annoying and that I absolutely fucking hate to my core, and I will absolutely think bad about you if you do this more than once. Like 2 times or 3 times, actually. 3 times, like, it's, like, I feel, like, you can be sure that I feel bad about you, okay? That is, when you say yes, and you do not, like, commit to it, you don't follow through with it, you said yes, you don't follow through with it, and then never come back to me and say, like, oh yeah, no, like, this is why, or, you know, I've really literally had so many times, like, especially with, like, certain people repeatedly, where it's like, hey, you know, wanna schedule something? Like, yeah, sure. Okay, cool. You're gonna show up, right? Yeah, sure. Yeah. All right, in about a couple of hours, we're gonna do the thing. You're gonna be there. Yeah, sure. And they don't show. It's like, where were you? I don't know. Get the fuck out of here, dude. Get the fuck out of here. Just rather tell me no, or rather tell me like, maybe. It's like, don't give me a yes and then don't do the yes. Like, fuck off. I hate you if you do that. I really fucking hate you. Oh, man. When he loves commitment. If you're gonna say yes, you gotta follow through on yes. It's like, then, like, for God's sake, and if you don't want to follow through on it, then, like, just say yeah. Just say no, right? Just say no. If you don't want to follow through on it, just say no. At least you were unborn or something. I was in my state of like non-existence, which like I'll also be in when I die, but people don't care about like when they die, or like when they were like non-existent, when they were like, you know, not born, but they do care about when they die, since that's still coming up. So yeah. Let's see. Rate my spoken words. For a moment, I believe I wrote what you typed. Usually, when I say maybe, it's because I won't know until later. Yeah, I mean, like that's fine too. But I also think that like you should be able to say like, well, I'll have to think about that. I'll come back to you later. Like, don't say maybe. It's just like, well, I'll have to think about that. I'll get back to you later. It's better than a maybe. It's technically a maybe in like longer words. But I mean, like, still, like, I can understand, like, you like, split-second decisions are like the worst, and like forcing people to be like, oh man, I need to, like, I want to know, I want you to make this decision right now and tell me right now what you think. It's like, yeah, can't really do that right now. But yeah, anyway, like, dude, we're getting like more important, like, deeper topics right now. I shouldn't do that. It should be lighthearted. Woo, fun shit. But yeah, that's a surefire way to get a no for me. That's for sure. Yep. Yet some people get pressured by it, dude. I like to go with, let me check my schedule. Yep. You know, sometimes it really bothers me when people are like, so, like, they may let you go like, oh yeah, check your schedule, but then they're like constantly like, have you checked it? Have you checked it? Have you checked it? And like, the more times you ask, like, have you checked it, the less inclined I'll be to check it, actually. It's like, eventually I'll follow through with it, but if people are too pushy, like, I don't know, man. So like, that's also something, right? The pushiness is, again, like, the not putting yourself into someone else's shoes, right? Because the pushiness is kind of like, I want a reaction from you right now. So I'm just gonna be like, hey, hey, you know it. But you're not like trying to like get into my world and be like, hey, maybe he's working on something, maybe he's busy, maybe something happened. Like, and as long as you're like, you're engaging with like not the person that you want to engage with, it's like, yeah, like what are you trying to achieve? It's so inefficient. It's so fucking inefficient, dude. So I was hoping when I asked you about the book to avoid the deeper ideas, knowing it might be capable of leading to it, but trusting you won't allow it. You were supposed to be the chosen one. I mean, like you're out here to test me. Damn. I thought you were on my side. I thought we were here, you know, being a team and shit. But I guess not. Anyway, so yeah, this week I'm kind of like trying to figure out what to do with streams. I actually have been having like I didn't consider it a test. I apologize. I've actually been having a good time with like playing a bit of Apex over the weekend. Played it yesterday with Asen on the Discord with Jen and Fim watching, and Jen was making some really cool art. Don't know whether I'm gonna do Apex streams this week. I don't really want to do like 2 Warframe streams this week as well, since like we done 2 last week. But I don't know. We'll see how we go tomorrow. Definitely for sure we're gonna be doing Halo 5. We're really looking forward to that. Since like Halo 5 is like quite a banger. I've really been enjoying like the first half was just had me like really shocked. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. And then Halo Infinite will be coming up soon. I don't really have that much more for the day, dude. Like if we can't go into serious topics, I kind of like have to just like, you know, keep it like light-headed sort of thing. Though to be fair, with that one conversation with Retro constantly pulling both of us from rampaging on to different topics, I suppose Retro is the chosen one. We need Retro here. Where the fuck is Retro when you need him? I mean, like he's doing other stuff, I guess. We're not gonna be pushing. We're not gonna be pushing and like sending him 10,000 text messages like, dude, we need you here to like keep the order of the stream, right? That'd be going against the thing that we just discussed. So. Well, we're not doing that. Anyway, yeah, I think I'll just like kind of like be leaving it with that, because that is about like all we like. Yeah, don't really have much more planned for today. Be seeing you guys tomorrow Halo 5, and tomorrow the first video on like the gaming channel. Hopefully tomorrow, or like next week, we're gonna also start videos on the main channel. It's just like catching up with things and new projects starting. Like it's busy, but it's not really all that busy as it was before. So like this is a lot better than it was before. But yeah. Anyway, I think I'll be one day I'm gonna get you I'm getting you to play Stardew Valley. Have you already thrown in like the Discord and Must Experience? If you have, I'll probably play it at some point. But if you haven't, then like throw it in there and I'll play it at some point. Anyway, I'll be sending you guys over to Nassif, say hi to him. He's I think playing some game. That's a very good description right here. Oh, he's playing Warframe. God damn. Well, I enjoyed that game. Woo! Maycool, dude. I'm so sorry. I'm ending right now, but Good to see you. Good to see you. How we bombard you, so heartless of us. Farewell, Michel. I'll see you guys around. See you tomorrow for Halo 5. And yeah, have a good rest of your day. How are you doing, Michel? I came at the end. I'm doing quite good. Tomorrow we'll be back with Halo 5, and otherwise I'll see you soon on our stream, and then we'll be going up for longer. But yeah, thanks for tuning at the end. I appreciate it. I'll see you around next time. Goodbye. Say hi to Nessif, and have a great rest of your week. And Monday.